Greetings. I'm golden light, and tonight I'm going to be shedding some light. Now, I'm really starting to do I'm about to start up doing the psychic readings and reading energy. Now, ever since that I've been manifesting and meditating lately, more often, more frequently, um, I'm getting more in tune with my gifts. So I just want to do a small reading from me just observing young Pharaoh and his wife, um, Golden Beauty. Okay. I couldn't even think of her name, but I know I end up popping up looking for something for mine, and I never seen her until I end up popping up my YouTube under Gold and Light. I was looking for something, and she popped up. I was like, well, I never seen her, but she's a beautiful soul, and so is he. Now, I'm going to start off with Young Pharaoh. I had been watching him since I awakened 4 years ago, okay? And he's very intelligent, very intelligent. Um, Someone come off aggressive, okay? He just straightforward and straight to the point. You have some individuals like that, and that might play a role in his. I know he has Scorpio, okay, in one of his houses, okay. But from what I'm observing, straightforward, very disciplined, um, a strong structure, very powerful, um, and that's what I read from him. For us business oriented, um, good for us building strong foundations. Now, a lot of people tend to judge when a divine feminine and divine masculine energy disagree. It's like everyone jumps on the woman's side and everybody talks about the male. Well, him specifically, also, um, I was looking at some of the old videos that they had made, and it was just like a so beautiful couple. But sometimes couple tends to grow apart because in those 5 years, she probably had deal with so much of him growing, like healing from certain levels, if that makes sense. Seemed like he was already always intelligent, but he probably had a healing process that he went through, and she dealt with everything for us his healing, for us his behaviors, and for some of the stuff that he probably had to take care of, if that makes sense. Now, from what I'm reading, good provider, but it just seemed like he's straightforward, disciplined, very intelligent, business oriented. Um, he's a handsome young man, and the polygamy thing. It seemed like like how he was saying, he was straightforward with everything, and it seemed like he was just because of the character of what I'm reading. Okay, um, so for him, that's what I'm reading from him. He doesn't seem like a manipulator to me. He just seemed like he's one of those males, them divine masculine energy, that is like, what I say go. You go do it this way, but they gonna tell you. You got some divine masculine, they want to beat around the bush and kind of sugarcoat everything, but he seemed like he's more like direct on his what is he expecting out of a divine feminine, if that makes sense. He's really direct of what he wants. He's explanatory, basically. Okay, he's going to inform you on what he wants to do. Okay. basically, from what I'm reading from him. Now, for as Golden Beauty, she's a beautiful soul, and I was watching something she had said, and she was stating once she put her energy into a person, she put everything into that person, and once she do that, that's all is her main focus is that person. And it reminded me so much of me, because that's me. It's like I put so much into everyone else and just forget about myself. I just had that type of energy, that loving and that kind energy, okay? And that's what I was getting from her, but at the same time, I was getting from her, like, okay, for the polygamy thing, like, okay, it's cool, but this is what I'm reading from her, like, but he handsome. I basically just want him to myself for real. And that's what I'm trying to mold him into. I'm not going to mold him into being this way, because uh, for as her side being an Aries, it seems like, okay, she quiet. She's going to hold a lot in. She really don't express herself. That's how I was reading from her until this altercation, this situation, this disagreement occurred, separation, okay, occurred. And that's what I'm reading for her. But Aries, they'll pop off. She seemed like after a while she'll pop off, and it just seemed like she had some healing to do, and we all do. Like for us, he might have needed some healing to do, and no one's perfect, but some people feel like they don't want to um, admit to what they need healing from. You know what I'm saying? You can have everything in the world. You can be a very intelligent person. You can be really have a power structure about yourself and for your family, but it don't mean that you don't need some area of healing. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, but for us Gold and Beauty, it was like, it just seemed like she really like grew with him through a lot of situations that he probably had need healing. And then sometimes when us women do that, like I said, I've been there before, once we do go through that process, sometimes they take a lot of divine masculine energy, take all the love out of us. Then it's like I'd have been with him for us. He done cheated, he done did this, he done did that. I done stuck with him through thick and thin, but he literally has drained me dry. Now I don't know if this is the situation with her for us him, but I know a lot of my clients deal with that situation, and I have too. We all human. We all here for experiences. It's just a matter if we let that ego go. Let our ego go and figure out what's the lesson to this experience. What did I learn? Okay. And once we do that, we will understand why did it happen, because everything is an experience, just so we can learn from that experience. Okay. So for her, it seemed like she's a beautiful soul as well. Like I said, she's really like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I ain't on it. Because he was like, every woman that he did, excuse me, bring around, it was like after a while she found something wrong with her. She found something to like, she gotta go. And I can see that as being Aries, like she wasn't on it for real, but she was trying to agree with it, but she really wasn't feeling it. But who would? Like, some women had to adapt to that. They really have to be really self-confident in themselves. They really have to deal with their healing, suppressed emotions. That's really a big task to take on, to convert over to just in this Western society, because it's really deemed for us to don't do it. It's not right. Your family don't agree, so they'll talk about it. But they was really building strong foundations, um, doing polygamy. Like, that's what it was. But in society, in this Western society and everything, how they deem everything and westernize everything, it's like it's so many people going against it just because of that. But I feel like this: whatever you do in your relationship, that is y'all. Whatever y'all agree upon, that's between y'all three, y'all four, however many's involved. Because at the end of the day, when y'all go to bed at night, that's who all gonna sleep together, that's who all gonna build together. So it shouldn't make a difference. But at the end of the day, you have to come together and have some type of agreement, for us healing, for us like counseling, to change the situations that you all in, or it won't work. So this is part one, and I'll be back. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. I'm gonna come back for my phone, vote, get this video in. Peace and love.